Join us on this journey as we test the capability of our Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive on a road trip. So it's 750 kilometers each direction, so the total trip will be 1,500 kilometers. All right, off we go. We are now on the road. Right now, road conditions seem to be a little icky. Yes, the temperature says minus 19 degrees. So we're headed off to the Trans-Canada Highway, and it definitely says we won't make it to Medicine Hat on the first charge because we live on the west end of the city. So we're gonna head to Bassano. Alright, we're now supercharging. So, because of the battery preconditioning, we are actually charging at a pretty good clip. 119 kilowatts. Oh, it's ramping down. It's still better. We're not stuck at a low level of charge. We're getting 743 kilometers of rated range, 7-ish. But usually the way it works in terms of the charging is it's faster in the beginning and then it tapers off. So we're gonna get as much juice as we can here, head to Medicine Hat and get as much juice as we can there. We do not have a 240 volt at our destination, so we're just going to be relying entirely on superchargers in this trip. Charged up to 98%. Wow, this car charges so much faster than our Model X 90D from 2017. This one has the lithium iron phosphate batteries. Charges happily all the way up to the charge limit pretty much. So now we're headed to Medicine Hat. Our aim is to skip this Maple Creek if possible. The reason why I want to skip Maple Creek is that it's a 10-kilometer each way detour. So that's the reason why I want to skip this. And there's more shops and there's a Starbucks, so we're more comfortable here in Medicine Hat. So we want to hit Medicine Hat, Swift Current, and straight to Regina, where we'll hit the supercharger over there. Trying to skip Moose Jaw, but if it's unavoidable, well, we'll still stop at Moose Jaw. Off we go! Just arrived here in Medicine Hat, Alberta. So there's the Starbucks, there's an Edo, a bunch of food places here. So this is where our lunch stop is. So wow, maxing out our charging speed. So even with the LFP battery, we're still getting 170. So that's I believe that's the top speed. So it maxes out in the early stage of charging and then it tapers off. So what it's telling us to do, let's press this here. It's telling us to stop at Maple Creek. So again, as I mentioned earlier, I'd like to skip this because of the 20-kilometer total detour. So we're going to max out the charging here at Medicine Hat. Wow, love that charging speed. So in terms of consumption so far, we have been doing 258 watt hours per kilometer, so 120 watt hours per kilometer more than rated. So in this sort of temperature, minus 18, earlier I've seen it go down to minus 20, we kind of lost half our range. So you have to plan that accordingly when you're doing your trips. So I'm not sure if we're able to skip this, but if we're able to, we'll definitely skip it as long as this shows us a good buffer, like 20% at least, at the very least. So the other thing here is that earlier it estimated that we would arrive in Regina at 8:03, 8:05, something like that, and it's cold, minus 24 degrees. The timing, I mean the time of arrival has adjusted to 7:11 p.m. So that means we're going to arrive at the Supercharger there earlier than planned. Anyway, okay. So we're now gonna take our lunch break here in Medicine Hat, and we'll catch you in a bit once we're on the road again. So here we are, just finished with our lunch break. So now we are at 99% charge. You can see how long we took to get here. So pretty much we're at full. Just for curiosity, what is our rated range? Oh, 415. But we're not getting that. Unfortunately, it's not wanting us to skip the Maple Creek Supercharger. Out of curiosity, let's see if we go to, if we set the navigation to the Swift Current Supercharger right away, will it let us go straight? No, it's still asking us to do it. Maple Creek, it says we're not gonna make it. It says -4%. So it looks like Maple Creek it is. Alright, so now let's just switch our destination back to the Regina Supercharger. But wait, it said we can drive under 109 in order to reach the Swift Current Supercharger. What do you think? No? I think we'll just go to Maple Creek regardless and top up there. Okay, alright, but first, before that, I feel like a Starbucks drive-thru. Anyway, off we go. Here in Maple Creek, -24 here. No snakes, we have no hurricanes, we have no alligators. So we're gonna charge up here for a little bit, just enough to get to Swift Current Saskatchewan. It says here we're gonna be here for at least 11 minutes, but we'll charge for a little bit longer. Yeah, but we don't have snakes, we have no alligators, we have no hurricanes. Just about to leave Maple Creek. It's showing that we'll arrive with 27%. We charge more than enough here. So it says we're now arriving in Regina at 8:14 p.m. I found out why. Because the time zone change. So Alberta falls back during the fall, so we go back 1 hour, and then there's daylight savings time in the spring, so we spring forward, and we have the same time as Saskatchewan. So in this case, we're in the winter time, so we're 1 hour behind Saskatchewan. So Regina is 1 hour ahead of us. So that is why the time estimate changed. So anyway, we're done charging. Off we go. So we just arrived here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Put down the music so that we don't have any copyright strike. So we arrived with around 23%. So again, we're charging at a great clip here, over 150 kilowatts. As usual, it goes up high and then it tapers down slow. So right now we're at 25%. We'll get as much charge as we can. The car charges fast enough. So now for the rest of our trip, it says here we're gonna stay here for 30 minutes. Check the time here. I don't think we're gonna use that whole 30 minutes because of the speed of the charging. And we are going to see if we can skip Moose Jaw and head to Regina and just do one big charge here. But let's see. Let's take a look at the factors. Is it cheaper to charge in one spot versus the other? No, it's the same price. So whatever, depending on if we need to take a washroom break. Yes, so let's see how we did driving in terms of our consumption. Whoa. We use double the range or double the power. We use double the power versus like the rated range, and in the summer we actually beat the rated range, or we're just at par with it. So temperature does have a huge difference when it comes to consumption on the road trips. So it's minus 21 degrees right now. It's cold, but hey, we don't have snakes, we don't have hurricanes, and we don't have alligators. So we're just gonna charge for a bit, and we're going to head to Moose Jaw or Regina. So we just came back from the washroom. Didn't take too much time, and now we're back up to 72%. 10 minutes to go to charge. I just wanted to comment on the nice electric truck sightings. So take a look at this. So there's a Rivian R1T, and there's this sweet looking Chevy Silv-e-Rado. So looks good. I don't know, would you pick any of these trucks over a Cybertruck? I think they make compelling options. Cybertruck is a bit polarizing, stands out, but if you're not the type of person who wants to stand out, I think these more conventional options would be compelling. Let me know in the comment section below. That didn't seem too long. So we're now at 96%, 5:54 p.m. And it says we would arrive in Moose Jaw with 16%. So, wow, 8:29 arrival in Regina, minus 24. It's getting even colder. But anyway, off we go. I'm gonna unplug the car. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. So we're now charging here at the Supercharger. It says we just need to top up 10 minutes. Once again, we're charging at a pretty high rate of charge. I think we're gonna max out. What's the highest, out of curiosity? I think this is the max we're capable of. 175. No, we're going higher. Let's see how high we can go. I think that's it. No, we're going higher. Yes. Oh no, I think that might be it. 176 kilowatts. So we peak at this charging speed. So that's great that we're peaking. We're getting the peak charging speed to maximize our time here. So here in Moose Jaw, we just need to top up, and we're going to head off to the Starbucks. So here's Diane. Are you tired yet? You're okay? Alright. So, just a little bit more to Regina. So, 76 kilometers to Regina. What's the temperature now? Right now here in Moose Jaw, it's minus 21. Once we arrive there, it's gonna be minus 25. That's seriously cold. I'm gonna grab a coffee at Starbucks, and we're going to head off to Regina. Catch you in a bit. Whew, that was quick. It didn't take that much time actually. So, washroom break, and then I sent a couple emails, ordered coffee, had a bite, and we're at 89%. That's pretty good charging. I could imagine charging here in the summer. I'm using this car for this specific road trip, so the supercharging stops would be a breeze. You don't have to charge as much because it doesn't use as much. But anyway, it says we'll arrive now in Regina with 53. I'll top it up there because we don't have charging at our destination. It says we're gonna arrive at 8:54. So I'm gonna unplug the car and off we go. just made it to Regina. So instead of heading to the Supercharger, just borrowed my sister-in-law's garage, plugged into the 110 volt outlet and in the wall. So rather than going to the Supercharger, we're gonna stay here for the long weekend. Hopefully we'll just hitch a ride with one of my wife's sisters, one of my sister-in-laws, and leave the car charging here so that we'll have a full charge on our way out. So that's it for today's video. We made it to Regina. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.